Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. 7th of January 2026, Wednesday evening 6 p.m. Yogis for supporting Dhamma. Mindfulness applying in breakfast and lunch, included evening a cup of drink. How to practice or how to consider to the food, how to contemplate eating in food. Buddha giving advice, guideline, many sutta, Vinaya, Suttanta, Abhidhamma, many places have this wonderful advice.
Januari 2026, Rabu jam 6 malam. Perhatian penuh diaplikasikan pada saat makan pagi, makan siang, dan minum saat sore hari. Bagaimana cara mempraktekkan makan, bagaimana cara mengkontemplasikan makanan. Sang Buddha sudah memberikan banyak petunjuk melalui sutta, Vinaya, dan Abhidhamma.
In the Anguttara Nikaya, Buddha mentioned, according his word, Bhojane Matinyuno, Bhojane Amatinyuno, Iti Bogala Dwe. Bhojane Matinyuno, Bhojane Amatinyuno, Iti Bogala Dwe. Hey, in this world, human beings are only two types. One is understanding in moderation in food, taking the amount in perfect, suitable or not suitable, fully awareness in food. That's one side, one group. On the other hand, other group, Bhojane Amatinyuno, they know moderation in food. They carelessly they eat. They do not know amount of food. Also, they do not know about suitable or not suitable. Wow, only two types, according Buddha calculating around the world, all the people.
Dalam Anguttara Nikaya, Buddha membabarkan Bhojane Matanyuno, Bhojane Amatanyuno, Iti Bugala Dwe. Artinya, yang pertama, Sang Buddha menjelaskan ada dua jenis makhluk di dalam bumi ini. Makhluk yang pertama, Bhojane Matanyuno. Artinya makhluk pertama ini memahami tentang moderasi makan secukupnya. Mereka tahu makanan apa yang cocok, makanan apa yang tidak cocok. Mereka memiliki pemahaman yang sempurna mengenai makanan. Baik, yang kedua, Bhojane Amatanyuno. Makhluk-makhluk yang tidak mengerti moderasi dalam makanan atau tidak dapat mengerti makan secukupnya. Mereka makan sembrono. Mereka tidak tahu mana makanan yang cocok, makanan yang tidak cocok. Mereka tidak paham mengenai makanan.
Roughly according explanation in two types of people, I hope, who listening this divided in two groups, or yogis, or even though no yogis, around the world, whoever listening about this calculating method, 100%. 100%. Most of them, they will vote, I would like to be moderation in food. I would like to be mindful in food. I would like to get suitable food. I don't want to get food poison. I don't want to get consequence problem, high blood cholesterol, diabetes, heart attack, brain tumor, cancer, so many illness. That is why, if the consequence wise, ladies and gentlemen, they will vote, they will enter to the first group. They do not vote and they do not go in the second group.
Dari dua jenis manusia ini, saya berharap bagi para yogi yang mendengarkan, bahkan para yogi di seluruh dunia, 100% dari mereka ingin menjadi bagian grup yang pertama. Memiliki perhatian penuh terhadap makanan, mendapat makanan yang cocok bagi mereka, tidak kena keracunan makanan ataupun masalah-masalah lainnya yang timbul dari konsekuensi makanan seperti darah tinggi, diabetes, kanker, tumor, dan lain-lain. Jadi, bila semua orang di sini orang yang bijaksana, mereka ingin masuk menjadi grup yang pertama, bukan grup yang kedua.
Lord Buddha, 45 years as a Buddhahood, many times, many places, every monastery, every vihara, he teach how to apply attentive mindfulness. That is why Buddha time, even though after Buddha passing away, still remain the dining and very quiet.
Sang Buddha selama 45 tahun, kapanpun, dimanapun, di wihara manapun, menjelaskan bagaimana untuk mengaplikasikan perhatian penuh saat makan. Maka, oleh sebab itu, pada zaman Sang Buddha, bahkan setelah Buddha parinibbana, saat makan sangat tenang.
Especially Chinese traveler Bhikkhu Fahian. He entered to India. At the time, Buddha already parinibbana, passing away, nearly 300 years after passing away. When he entered to the Bodh Gaya, according his record, there they have one of the wooden building. He doesn't know, he's slowly going up. Suddenly in the doorway, he saw the inside. About 300 bhikkhu taking the lunch. No sound at all. Oh, amazing, amazing. Suddenly his emotion is up. He holds his palm in the chest. Tear is drip from his eyes. Never ever see in the China. Never ever see. 300 nearly a huge number. All are individual, pay attention in bowl, not looking here, there. One mouthful by one mouthful. But no one had the scratching fingernail in the bowl. No one had looking here, there. No one had chewing noisy. No one had making the one mouthful or chewing lips or tongue, making noisy. Totally quiet.
Ada cerita seorang biku dari Tiongkok yang menjelajah ke India 300 tahun setelah Sang Buddha parinibbana atau wafat. Jadi biku tersebut dalam catatannya pergi memasuki sebuah gedung dari kayu. Biku tersebut naik dan dari pintu sang biku melihat ke dalam. Ada 300 biku sedang makan siang, hening tanpa suara, sangat mengagumkan. Sehingga sang biku merasa sangat bahagia, gembira, anjali, tangan di depan dada sambil meneteskan air mata. Tidak pernah dia melihat kondisi seperti ini, bahkan di Tiongkok. 300 orang itu sangat banyak. Semua menaruh perhatian penuh pada mangkoknya. Makan satu suap demi satu suap. Tidak ada suara, tidak ada yang melihat kiri kanan, tidak ada yang mengecap, sepenuhnya hening.
Because of this they maintain the original Buddha teaching, especially from the Vinaya Sikhiya, or the 75 rules for Sikhiya, 75 rules for the novice. Bhikkhu also say, there are dining and how to eat. 30 rules. Or 32. The rules. Even though after pass away, they still keep that correctly.
Masih dijaga ajaran Sang Buddha bagaimana cara makan dalam Vinaya Sakya. Ada 75 aturan. Dan kurang lebih ada 32 aturan bagaimana cara untuk makan. Jadi meskipun Sang Buddha sudah parinibbana, ajaran ini masih dijalankan dan dijaga.
Sayadaw, I have the intention to want to introduce to you original Lord Buddha word.
Sayadaw ingin menyampaikan ajaran Sang Buddha.
As a pariyati, study the scholarship.
Sebagai pariyati untuk belajar.
For example, but difficult for translator, doesn't matter. He will translate the meaning. Na chapu chapu karakam bongjit samiti sikha karaniya. When you eat, don't do that.
Saat makan jangan mengecap.
Another one, na suru suru karakam bongjit samiti sikha karaniya. When you drink some soup, porridge, do not make the sucking sound.
Saat Anda minum atau minum sup, jangan menyedot, ada suara menyedot.
Paridam padana olokitamiti sikha karaniya. When you eat, don't look other people tray, other people bowls. You look at your tray, you look at your bowl.
Saat para yogi makan, jangan lihat ke mangkok atau tray orang lain. Lihatlah ke mangkok atau tray para yogi.
Na otanilekam bongzidamini sikha karaniya. When you're eating your tongue, don't lick your upper lips and lower lips.
Saat para yogi makan, lidahnya jangan menjilat bibir atas atau bawah.
Many detail he teaches student.
Sangat banyak aturan Sang Buddha menjelaskan secara detail.
Not only eating in detail, go to toilet also he teach.
Tidak hanya makan yang dijelaskan secara detail, tapi ke toilet pun juga.
Many teacher around the world, they not teach you.
Banyak guru di dunia ini, mereka tidak mengajar para yogi.
Now, Sayadaw here dining and introduce you, and I participate with you, I eat with you. Totally not at all Sayadaw method. Yes, on the other hand, 100% Buddha method I introduce you.
Sayadaw di sini berpartisipasi makan bersama dengan para yogi semuanya. Ini bukanlah metode dari Sayadaw, 100% metode dari Sang Buddha.
I hope you never ever get this 23, 25 people volunteer and 26, 27. These noble silence are very, very rare to get.
Sayadaw berharap dari 23 sampai 27 orang ini termasuk relawan, sangat susah untuk mendapat noble silence ini.
Day by day, breakfast and lunch, beginning to until the end, please make more noble silence. Please slow down and do not make the noise. That means you are 100% respect to the Buddha, Dhamma, his teaching. Also, who carry this teaching, who accurately follow the Venerable Sangha, you really respect. Every morning chanted, Buddham Saranam Gacchami, Dhammam Saranam, oh so beautiful. If you not proper eating, meaning lip service, you not really refute the Buddha, you not really refute his teaching. He not refute as a Venerable Sangha who purely carry the teaching. Meaning are very deep, have to connect it, have to understand panoramic view.
Hari demi hari, makan pagi, makan siang, tolong kembangkan noble silence. Makan lebih pelan, jangan membuat suara. Sepenuhnya menghormat kepada Buddha, Dhamma, dan Sangha. Setiap pagi para yogi chanting Buddham Saranam Gacchami, Dhammam Saranam Gacchami. Sangat indah. Tapi jika para yogi tidak makan dengan baik sesuai ajaran Sang Buddha, ini hanyalah omongan belaka. Tidak sepenuhnya menghormat kepada Buddha, Dhamma, dan Sangha.
Stay may yogi table are little quick action and little making noisy, not yet perfect. Try the best, please.
Beberapa yogi masih bergerak terlalu cepat, masih terlalu ribut. Tolong lebih pelan.
Now eating in number one method. Number one method. Pali Peccawakhana. Peccawakhana meaning right pay attention, right contemplation for purpose of eating the food, meaning.
Metode makan yang pertama, Paccawekkana, artinya perhatian yang benar, kontemplasi yang benar terhadap makanan.
Especially all of you, already 2-3 days you know that. Before breakfast, before lunch, we are connected with the Bandi Kandi, chanted in Pali, translation, and he lead the all Samanera Sikkhavati follow. We hear that we are only at the end. Amakam Bojana Dayaga Metta. So according to your language, Indonesia, Bahasa Indonesia, you understand the Bandi Kandi, what he lead and Samanera Sikkhavati follow. Not only for Samanera Sikkhavati, Yogi also say.
Para yogi semuanya dalam 2-3 hari ini, para yogi mendengar setiap pagi sebelum makan dan sebelum makan pagi dan makan siang, Bante Kanti, chanting, dan diterjemahkan ke dalam bahasa Indonesia, kemudian diikuti oleh semua Samanera, Tasilani, dan para yogi.
The meaning is not for beauty, not for sport, not for muscling, not for armed conflict, not for sport, not for singing, dancing, entertainment, so on, so on. Only fulfillment for the mind, purifying sila, purifying for mind, develop concentration, gain the ultimate nature understanding in wisdom, knowledge, vipassana jnana. That's all.
Yang berarti makan tidak untuk kesenangan, tidak untuk membentuk tubuh, tidak untuk olahraga atau nyanyi atau menari, tapi hanyalah untuk mempurifikasi, membersihkan batin, mengembangkan konsentrasi, menumbuhkan pengetahuan, kebijaksanaan, dan vipassana jnana.
Pachakana or right intention meaning this food, this nutrition I'm taking for not develop kilesa. I would like to far away from the kilesa, fulfillment of sila samadhi panya.
Metode yang pertama, pacawekana, berarti makanan yang bernutri isi ini bukan untuk membangun atau mengembangkan kilesa, tapi para yogi mau malah pergi menjauh dari kilesa, mengembangkan sila, samadhi, dan panya.
So we still have the retreat day by day, breakfast and lunch. You carefully listening Bandikanti how he lead word by word.
Jadi selama retret ini, saat makan pagi dan makan siang, dengarkanlah kata Bante Kanti, kata demi kata.
Number 2, eating and sharing the sending the radiation metta.
Nomor 2, makan dan membagikan metta.
We chanting shortly, Amagam Bhojana Dayaka, our breakfast and lunch dinner. Amagam, we are Vachakaraka, who do the cooking, bringing, preparation. After finish all the washing up and clean the mop, floor, table, chairs, cookery, guttery, rubbish bin. These all service kindly appreciation and gratitude directly heartfelt out of from the mouth. Awira hundu, abhyapaja hundu, aniga hundu, sukhi attanam pariharan. Not only the sing and song, not only the chanting, keep the meaning deeply from the heart.
Jadi saat makan pagi atau makan siang ini disediakan oleh para donatur relawan yang bantu masak, membersihkan meja, lantai, sendok dan garpu, bahkan tong sampah. Semua bantuan ini tolong diapresiasi dan berterima kasihlah sepenuh hati. Awera hontu, abhyapaja hontu, aniga hontu, suki atanang pariharantu. Jangan cuma keluar dari mulut, tapi rasakanlah benar-benar dalam hati artinya.
Normally, we are thinking about who are the donor, only human being. But really, appreciation mind is developed. Oh, today I take the honey. A lot of bees, they are also a part of creating this honey. All plantation also, so many effort. Who are the plantation and worker, farmer? Who are the delivery? Who are the go to buy market? All the effort, our consequences are huge panoramic view. Even though all the butterfly and earthworm, they support to all grow the veggie, flower, fruit. Meaning living beings are so many offer the create for the food.
Selain memikirkan atau mengapresiasi para donatur, para yogi juga bisa melihat atau mengapresiasi bahwa madu yang Anda minum semuanya juga dibantu atau dibuat oleh lebah. Makanan dan sayur-sayuran dibuat oleh banyak orang, termasuk para petani, pekerja, orang yang mengantar, orang yang berjualan di pasar. Semua ini ada konsekuensinya. Bahkan kupu-kupu, cacing tanah, mereka juga membantu menumbuhkan sayur-sayuran, bunga, dan buah-buahan.
Normally, metta, loving kindness behind huge appreciation and gratitude combination inside.
Metta adalah kombinasi dari apresiasi dan rasa terima kasih yang sangat besar.
It is we get the nutrition eating the food. We have to do that. This is a good way to release the hatred, complaining, angry, frustration, meaning kilesa, how to release the Buddha teacher, eating in with metta.
Saat makan dengan metta, ini adalah cara yang baik, cara yang bagus untuk melepaskan amarah, kebencian, frustasi, komplain, dan lain-lain.
Another method, number 3, Buddha explained that when you're eating food, you can contemplate Pali name, Ahare Patikula Sanya. Ahare Patikula Sanya meaning Ahare means nutrition, Patikula means disgusting. Tinya meaning contemplation. Contemplate about food process are very disgusting, very bad, really are. But we never ever think, we never ever do contemplation.
Saat makan, berkontemplasilah. Nomor 3, ahare patikula sanya. Ahare artinya nutrisi. Patikula artinya menjijikan. Sanya artinya kontemplasi. Makan ini sebenarnya adalah beban yang berat, tapi para yogi tidak pernah memikirkan hal ini.
First of all, explanation is when we eat the food, doesn't matter breakfast or lunch, or divided breakfast, lunch is lunch. But combination in breakfast and lunch can. One day but you eat the all amount of food. Doesn't matter nearly half kilo or those who are eat 1 kilo, doesn't matter. Make the 5 portion, divided 5 times, meaning can say 20%, 5 times. When you eat the one day all amount of food, 20%, not only you are eating, your body have the external, internal, other living beings are so many. Do not know yet how many different types of living beings in your body. They eat the 20%.
Dijelaskan bahwa saat makan pagi atau makan siang atau dikombinasi makan pagi dan makan siang, semua makanan mungkin setengah kilo atau bagi yang makan banyak mungkin 1 kilo. Lalu makanan ini ditotal dibagi menjadi 5 porsi, 20%, 20%, 20%. Makan sepanjang hari. Contohnya tubuh eksternal dan internal ini, makhluk-makhluk lain makan hanya 20%.
You didn't see yet, you do not know yet, blindly you will say, I hungry, I eating. Really demonstrate by other living being, you have to provide they also eat with you. BBC documentary, British never ever filmed before. Very powerful camera. The camera look like microscope. Normal subparticle they can develop 3,000 times. At the time can see the real. You are under the hair, under your eyebrow. They have the living being amazing 3,000 times picture is look like as a cockroach, look like as a caterpillar. They are male and female, they have the sexual activity, they have the born baby, they eat under your skin and then they poo-poo, urine, everything they make in your skin. So amazing. Now they got shocked. Never ever see before. The documentary name is Life on Us. Life on Us. Very scary. Lord Buddha already explained about this. Interesting.
Para yogi masih belum bisa melihat, masih belum bisa tahu. Jikalau lapar, langsung makan. Masih belum bisa melihat bahwa ada makhluk yang tinggal dalam tubuh para yogi. Ada sebuah dokumentari dari BBC yang belum pernah ditayangkan sebelumnya. Mereka memiliki kamera yang sangat kuat seperti mikroskop yang bisa melihat subpartikel 3.000 kali. Di kepala, di alis, di kulit kita terdapat banyak sekali makhluk hidup yang terlihat seperti kecoa atau ulat. Ada yang cowok, ada yang cewek. Mereka memiliki bayi, mereka tinggal di kulit, mereka buang air besar di kulit ini. Sangat mengejutkan, tidak pernah dilihat sebelumnya. Judulnya adalah Life on Us. Sangat menakutkan. Namun, Sang Buddha sudah menjelaskan hal ini.
These hundred of external internal living beings, they dwelling in your body and they eat your nutrition. 20% they take. Another 20% natures of body waste. The most clearer, the bigger waste is a poo-poo. Not only the poo-poo. Similar, how many times you cutting your fingernail in your lifetime? Difficult to know. How many times you cut your hair? How many times you peel off the hard skin? How many times dandruff out of from your body? How many times you dig the earwax? How many times you dig with your finger in your nose? Nasal mucus. A lot, similar as a poo-poo, as a fiber, not the liquid. Another one is your urine. Urine is the bigger one. The other sweat, oily, pus, blood, saliva, sneezing, tear, all are 20%. So your poo-poo are 20%, your urine and other liquid waste is at 20%, already 60% gone.
%20 yang selanjutnya adalah kotoran dari tubuh ini. Yang besar adalah air besar, kotoran air besar. Kemudian 20%-nya lagi adalah dari urin. Dan juga termasuk berapa kali Anda sudah potong kuku, potong rambut, berapa kali ketombe itu rontok dari tubuh Anda. Kemudian ada kotoran dari kuping, kotoran dari hidung. Sangat banyak sekali kotoran. Selain urin juga ada keringat, ada minyak, ada darah, air liur, air mata, ini semua 20%. Jadi 60% sudah habis.
Another 20% is a nature's digestion heat or acid. The digestion smaller, they make it 20% gone.
20% selanjutnya adalah panas dari pencernaan atau asam lambung. Jadi 20% sudah habis.
Become 80% gone. Only remain the 20%. That 20% only you can get the body in strength, energy, freshness. Only 20%.
80% sudah habis. 20% sisanya Anda bisa mendapat kekuatan dan energi darinya.
According this calculating, very true, you may not proud. When you eat the all amount of food, only you get the 20%. 20% for you had to make scoping, bringing, putting in the mouth, chewing, swallowing, little a cup of drink. So many activity. Even though yogi no need to go market, no need to buy, no need to cook, no need to prepare, no need to washing up. Even though the eating alone beginning until the end are huge amount of service. Each steps, right go, left go, right go, left go. You have to go dining. You have to bring this 65, 75 kg or 80 kg your body weight. Staircase, you had to step up. After that, you had to sit. You had to provide one mouthful by one mouthful. Really are not enjoyable, very burden. And then attachment is less. Angry is less. Proud is less. Demanding is less. Complaining is less. Oh, only 20% for I provide. Co-contemplation.
Jadi setelah mengetahui kalkulasi ini, para yogi tidak perlu bangga. Kenapa? Karena dari makanan yang dimakan hanya didapat 20%-nya saja. Dan dari 20% ini banyak sekali aktivitas yang harus dilakukan, mulai dari menyendok makannya, mengangkat tangan, masukkan ke mulut, dikunyah, ditelan, harus makan, harus minum. Meskipun para yogi tidak perlu masak, tidak perlu menyiapkan makanan, tidak perlu mencuci piring dan sendok. Namun proses makan ini dari awal hingga akhir, semuanya memerlukan banyak kegiatan, banyak bantuan. Anda harus pergi ke ruang makan, membawa beban tubuh ini 60, 70, 80 kilo, harus naik tangga, harus duduk tegap, makan suap demi suap, mulut demi mulut. Lihatlah semua proses ini. Lihatlah jika Anda menyadari, mengerti akan hal ini, kemelekatan akan berkurang, kemarahan akan berkurang, rasa sombong atau bangga akan berkurang, komplain juga akan berkurang. Kontemplasi yang sangat bagus.
There's only 20% of freshness and energy. Where you use this energy, where you use your mental, daily life in jealous, competition, angry, hatred, discrimination, arousal. After that, body and also you don't know, unnecessary or necessary, too much prepare for the beauty. After that, this beauty are not only stay at home, get out from the house. After that, every eyes for attraction. Hey, look at me. Hey, look at me. A bit funny. Only this 20%. What you doing? All are hugely increased defilement.
Dari 20% energi yang didapat ini, apa yang Anda gunakan? Sehari-hari Anda berkompetisi, marah, benci, sedih, bangga, dan lain-lain. Aktivitas tubuh Anda tidak memahaminya. Anda memiliki banyak kesibukan, aktivitas di rumah atau bahkan di luar rumah untuk menarik perhatian orang lain. Lihat saya, lihat saya. 20% dari energi ini, apa yang yogi lakukan dengannya? Semuanya adalah untuk menaikkan kotoran batin.
Now yogi life very different. According 80%, very meaningful, very purely keep, fulfill the attentive mindfulness, eating in mindfulness. Yogi get there slowly improve mindfulness, concentration, alertness, tolerate. After day by day, the Dhammate, inner peace, far away from defilement, will support you. Not immediately, take a time, no pain, no gain.
Namun, kehidupan para yogi di sini sangat berbeda dengan mengambil 8 sila yang sangat penuh makna dan murni. Makan dengan penuh perhatian, yogi akan meningkatkan perhatian penuh, konsentrasi, kewaspadaan, toleransi. Hari demi hari, yogi akan merasakan rasa dari Dhamma, rasa damai. Semakin berkurangnya kotoran batin. Namun ini tidak terjadi dengan instan. Ini butuh waktu.
So Buddha said that really this food beginning to until the end, consequences step by steps, really are very burden and very disgusting, Buddha said. Because you had to looking for food, you had to go market and buy, outdoor market or indoor market, veggie or fruit or flower or anything, what eatable. You had to buy. You had to make the shopping list. After that, hour by hour, you had to buy. After that, basket or paper box or whatever, you had to all bring your car or you had to carry bicycle. After at home arrive, you had to cut red meat or white meat or fish or prawns or whatever. Smelly, dirty, After that, put ingredient, you had to cook. After cook, you had to put in the plate. After plate, you had to scoop in your plate. After that, step by step, mash. At the end, one mouthful of spoon is get into the mouth. After that, continue chewing with the saliva and mash. Normally, the smell is funny. The perception made you, oh, pork, very good. Oh, chicken, oh, very good. Satay, oh, lovely. Oh, noodle, very nice. But really, all chewing is a horrible smell. Horrible process. Disgusting. After chewing finish, you not swallow, very beautiful porcelain plate. You just throw it out. Oh, no one want to touch. Even though you saliva, you don't want to touch. But need the nutrition, we swallow the mouthful by mouthful.
Buddha menjelaskan bahwa proses makan ini dari awal hingga akhir ada konsekuensinya, sangat memiliki beban, sangat menjijikkan. Anda harus pergi ke pasar, beli sayur, buah, apapun itu. Anda harus pergi membelinya, harus membuat daftar apa yang perlu dibeli, menggunakan keranjang, lalu keranjang itu dibawa ke mobil atau sepeda. Lalu Anda pergi ke rumah harus potong dagingnya, atau ayam, atau ikan, atau udang. Baunya minta ampun dan sangat kotor. Setelah itu Anda harus masukkan semua makanan tersebut dan memasaknya. Lalu menaruhnya di piring, menyendoknya, sangat-sangat berantakan. Lalu kemudian Anda harus masukkan satu sendok demi satu sendok ke mulut, lalu mengunyahnya, lalu ada air liur bercampur, sangat-sangat berantakan. Kemudian Anda makan, oh rasa babi ini sangat enak, rasa ayam sangat enak, sate, mie sangat enak. Namun saat Anda mengunyahnya, ternyata semua proses ini dan baunya sangat-sangat tidak enak. Misalkan ada satu piring yang sangat cantik dan Anda muntahkannya di sana, tidak akan ada orang yang mau memegangnya.
Let me introduce the Pali. In interesting the stanza. Anambanang karaniyam bozaninsa yataraham ekadwari nabwaititwa nawadari hitandati. Oh, lovely many dishes. Eating in the get into the only one mouth. After that, they come out from the 9 different places. 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nose, 1 mouth, 1 urine in front, 1 behind, poo-poo. Oh, drip, 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 drip all the times because of this food. Get in only 1 to the mouth. Get out is everywhere.
Saya ada memberi bahasa Pali stanza yang sudah disebutkan, yang berarti banyak sekali makanan yang sangat enak masuk melalui 1 mulut, keluar melalui 9 lubang. 9 lubang ini apa? 2 dari mata, 2 dari hidung, 1 dari mulut, 2 dari telinga, lalu kemudian keluar dari urin dan keluar menjadi pup. Jadi masuk cuma melalui 1 lubang mulut, tapi keluar melalui 9 lubang.
After that, ikarati priwata taba bhavati buddhikam. Only eat, keep in the tummy overnight. After that, they become all smelly, chained to the human waste, poo-poo and urine.
Lalu setelah makan makanan-makanan ini semalaman, mereka menjadi bau, menjadi kotoran, menjadi urin, menjadi air besar.
Bonsati abhinandindo nikamindo zigosati. Bonsati abhinandindo, eating time, very pleasant, very enjoyable, very lovely. Nikamindo zigosati. After poo-poo coming out from the body, very, very smelly, very, very disgusting.
Saat makan terasa sangat enak, tapi setelahnya keluar dari tubuh, kotoran air besar ini sangat menjijikkan, sangat bau.
Bonsati taparivaro nikamindo niliyati. Bonsati taparivaro, eating together, family member, relatives, friend to friend. Oh, occasionally wedding ceremony, opening ceremony, company dinner. Oh, politic as a diplomatic trip, Prime Minister, President, White House, Buckingham Palace, 200, 300 eat together in the table. Nikamindo niliyati, out of from the body, no one company alone. Even though husband wife cannot company poo-poo and urine sitting in the toilet bowl. Lock the door, sit alone and very disgusting. No one want to see sitting in the toilet, urine and poo-poo. No one want to company.
Makan bersama-sama, apakah itu dengan keluarga, teman, ataukah untuk seremoni yang besar, acara politik, diplomat, untuk presiden, ratusan orang makan bersamaan. Saat proses buang air besar, tidak ada yang mau menemani Anda. Tidak ada yang menemani, bahkan suami dan istri tak mau menemani proses ini di toilet. Harus dilakukan sendirian. Tidak ada yang mau melihat atau menemani buang air besar di toilet.
After that, this smell you have to tolerate. After that, this dirty, you have to tolerate. You have to use your hand. You have to clean it. No way. You have to. Where it come from? From food. After finish what? Soap and basin, you have to wash your hand.
Baunya Anda harus mentoleransi, kejorokannya Anda harus mentoleransinya, kemudian Anda harus menggunakan tangan untuk membersihkan. Semua ini dari mana? Semua ini dari makanan. Kemudian Anda harus menggunakan sabun untuk membersihkan tangan Anda.
Luckily, all of you, myself, we still can clean ourselves. Not bad. One day you cannot do anymore, someone have to do for you.
Masih beruntung, kita semua masih bisa membersihkan diri kita sendiri. Kalau kita tidak bisa membersihkan diri kita sendiri, harus ada orang lain yang membersihkan.
At that time, before dying, maybe very kind and very gentle, really clean for you. Oh, you are lucky. Very rough, very aggressive, not patient enough, made you very rough, and after that clean not proper, you cannot do, you will be suffer. Oh, you also not able to talk through. Very suffering hell on the earth. Where come from? Food.
Sebelum meninggal, jika Anda mendapat pembantu yang bisa membersihkan dengan baik, dengan sabar, dengan lembut, oh Anda sangat beruntung. Namun jika Anda mendapat yang kasar, agresif, tidak sabar, lalu membersihkannya tidak benar, ini adalah penderitaan. Neraka di bumi, semua ini datangnya dari makanan.
Not only this urine and poo-poo. Fingernail is grow, you have to cut. When you're very old, fingernail, toenail is become fungus thicker and thicker. Normal nail clipper cannot get. So painful. You have to cut. After that, you are sneezing, coughing, all the phlegm come out from your mouth. Or you have to brush your teeth, otherwise bacteria grow in your mouth. Especially old age, more smelly. After that, ear wet, itchy. You have to clean your eyes, distress and tear drip, OH more. Sometimes morning wake up full of eyes distress because of old age body function. We cannot walk properly. All smelly, dandruff, wrinkle, body are more and more smelly, OH. Very painful, come from the food.
Selain dari urin dan kotor air besar, masih ada kuku yang harus dipotong. Saat menjadi tua, kuku di jari-jari menjadi semakin tebal. Gunting kuku yang normal tidak bisa memotongnya. Kemudian bersin, batuk, ada lendir keluar dari mulut. Mulut harus disikat, dicuci. Lalu kuping harus dibersihkan dari kotoran kuping. Ada kotoran keluar dari mata, terutama saat pagi keluar banyak kotoran dari mata. Semuanya sangat bau. Lalu kemudian ada ketombe, ada keriput saat anda tua. Semuanya sangat bau. Ini semua datangnya dari makanan.
Unfortunately, if you get the stroke but not dying quickly, minor stroke 2-3 times, major stroke come but not dying yet. But you cannot move yourself. Your mouth is you cannot brush yourself. Very smelly. Someone have to make clean. After that, your earwax is so thick and you very itchy, but you cannot do it. Also, you difficult to talk. You have to tolerate. After that, you have the whole night cough, cannot sleep, the phlegm. You yourself weak, you cannot spit out. After that, ask to doctor and have to suck it out. So painful.
Lalu jika kurang beruntung, bisa terkena stroke dan tidak meninggal langsung. Mungkin 2 atau 3 kali sampai terkena stroke yang besar. Tidak bisa bergerak, tidak bisa membersihkan mulut, sangat bau. Kemudian tidak bisa membersihkan kuping dari kotorannya yang menebal menjadi gatal. Tidak bisa bicara, sulit untuk ditoleransi. Lalu saat malam hari batuk-batuk dan keluar lendirnya dan tidak bisa dikeluarkan, harus ada dokter yang harus menyedot. Sangat menyakitkan.
Sometimes stroke is 6 months, 1 year, some of them unfortunately 2-3 years lying down on the bed. After that, so bad, become very painful, very hot, hell on the earth. Half an hour had to change right and left. Sometimes they are busy. You cannot talk. You cannot change. You have to tolerate. After that, so bad I can see the bowl, but not die yet. Extremely painful. Where come from? Food.
Lalu stroke kadang berlangsung selama 6 bulan, 1 tahun, bahkan lebih 2-3 tahun. Sangat menyakitkan, panas, neraka dalam bumi ini. Kadang tubuh ini harus dibalik, kiri atau kanan, harus ditoleransi. Datangnya ini semua dari mana? Dari makanan.
When you're listening this talk, you will say, I'm scared here, touch a wood, not for me. No way, Buddha also cannot escape. Have to.
Saat para yogi mendengarkan, mungkin para yogi berpikir, oh saya sangat takut, saya ingin kabur. Tapi tidak, Buddha sendiri tak bisa kabur.
Here is we have the one normal people cannot see. Mother, father eyes, physical eyes cannot see. Spiritual eyes, you practice vipassana knowledge, it matters, you can see who are the role model.
Orang normal tidak bisa melihat, tapi dengan mata spiritual, dengan vipassana, Anda bisa melihat.
Meaning, Bhante Kanti, 95 years old, neck is already fall, muscle cannot raise, pain, have to wear the neck supporter, very painful. After that, cannot eat, only drink the liquid. After that, muscle all drop, body standing and walking difficult, sit on the wheelchair car, but stay hand can move, he not give up, he stay right on time, sit in the office, keep on doing the job. Meaning, never ever hear from his mouth complaining about his body. So many disease, so many pain, never ever complain from the mouth. Keep on running before die. Keep on doing service. Not only Samanera Sikhavati, for all of us. Because nowadays, where you sleep, where you sit, where you eat, where you go toilet, everything are Bhante Kanti effort. If you consequence gratitude and appreciation, you had to practice seriously. One day you had to be like that. That is why you have to keep the role model for you.
Ada seseorang yang patut dijadikan role model atau panutan, yaitu Bhante Kanti. 95 tahun, leher sudah tidak bisa berdiri tegak, harus dibantu dengan penyangga leher. Tidak bisa makan, hanya bisa minum cairan. Duduk hanya bisa di kursi roda, tidak bisa, susah untuk berdiri, susah untuk bergerak. Hanya tangannya yang bisa bergerak untuk mengendalikan kursi rodanya. Namun setiap hari masih duduk di kantor melakukan tugasnya. Tidak pernah komplain tentang tubuhnya. Banyak sekali penyakit. Tidak pernah komplain. Selalu masih menjalankan tugasnya melayani sebelum beliau meninggal. Baik itu Samanera, Atasilani, atau para yogi. Ingat, tempat di mana kita makan, berlatih, tidur, ataupun di toilet, semua ini adalah usaha dan jasa dari Bhante Kanti. Sebaiknya para yogi berterima kasih dan mengapresiasi dengan cara praktek yang serius.
Only after retire, after age of 60, he became as an ordination bhikkhu. He did the good job 45 years or 35 years, now 95. 35 years, what he eat, food, what he do for many benefit for numerous of people. that is worth it. He eat the food. Meaningful eating.
Setelah Bante pensiun sekitar 60 tahun, lalu ordinasi selama 40 atau 35 tahun, hingga sekarang Bante sudah melayani banyak orang, memberikan banyak manfaat bagi banyak orang dari makanan yang sudah dimakan, sehingga ini bisa dikatakan makanan yang bermakna.
We little bit analyzing and open discussion for our yogi, ladies and gentlemen. How old are you? I am the 45, I am the 55, I am the 65. The rest of your life, you eat the 2 times, 3 times bigger amount, more spend the money than bhikkhu. How you look after this energy? My wife, my children, relatives sometimes. Natural disaster donation, little bit. Not much. After dying, finish. Your name after funeral, finish. After 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 year, after that 2, 3 years, even though grandchildren, they cannot recognize your name. Finished.
Mari lakukan sedikit analisa dan diskusi. Para yogi sekarang mungkin umur 40, 50, 65, sepanjang hidup para yogi sudah makan 2-3 kali lebih banyak dari para bhikkhu. Bagaimana para yogi menggunakan energi yang sudah didapat ini? Apakah untuk istri, anak, hanya mendonasikan sedikit, tidak banyak. Lalu kemudian setelah meninggal, setelah persemayaman, orang-orang sudah lupa. 1-3 tahun kemudian, semua orang juga sudah lupa.
Without ego, without selfish, good ladies and gentlemen, they not calculate for food. They work for public service the rest of their life. Worth it after they die. Doesn't matter mundane or super mundane. Name a prolonged 100 years by years. One life they eating are worth it.
Tanpa ego, orang-orang yang baik, mereka menghitung makanan mereka. Mereka mengerti makan mereka. Sehingga setelah meninggal, nama mereka akan dikenang 100 bahkan 100 tahun kemudian.
Lucky non-yogi study the how to eat the method. You know, you cannot serve to many people, doesn't matter. You are alone how to eat the Buddha advice, moderation in food, amount understanding in food. After that, suitable or not suitable, applying the mindfulness, you can reduce your fat. You can reduce your diseases, high blood, cholesterol, diabetes, including heart attack, cancer, stroke, prevent. You can get a slightly. Your body also not much produce the smelly. Nearly dying, your body not much produce the phlegm. Difficult to breathe because of food, gentle process. Amazing benefit.
Beruntung para yogi sudah belajar tentang metode cara makan yang benar yang sudah diajarkan Sang Buddha. Meskipun para yogi tidak bisa melayani banyak orang, tapi bisa mengaplikasikan bagaimana cara makan yang benar. Makan secara moderat, tidak terlalu banyak, memahami ajaran Sang Buddha. Makanan mana yang cocok, mana yang tidak. Para yogi dapat mengurangi kadar lemak, mengurangi resiko terkena penyakit seperti darah tinggi, kanker, stroke, tumor, dan lain-lain. Masih bisa mendapat penyakit, tapi akan jauh lebih banyak dicegah. Bau juga akan berkurang, lalu saat menjelang kematian akan tidak terlalu bau dan cairan tidak terlalu banyak. Semua ini dari proses memahami makanan.
Tomorrow morning I will carry on another 2 more methods. So now we will share the merit.
Besok pagi saya akan menjelaskan dua metode lainnya. Sekarang kita membagikan meta.